Morning, everyone. Travis at Rob Family Farm here again. I am out here working on trying to start a rotational grazing type deal, but we had like 2 weeks of no rain, so the grass is trying to catch up. We finally had a little rain the other day. So where you see the white post, the animals were on the other side, and they've ate it down pretty good. This side isn't growing a lot, but some of it's going to seed. It's got a little bit of growth on it. It's the thick stuff. Probably 3-4 inches. But then we have the seeds that are like 6 inches tall, maybe 8 on some of it. So I moved them over here. I'm gonna leave them over here for a couple days and hopefully some rain. And then I've got hay coming this week. I'm gonna go ahead and feed a bale of hay, try to give the land a little rest the best I can. Like I said, we're trying to get this started. Trying to learn as I go. I've got 2 paddocks in this pasture, and then I've got a paddock right there, and then it's split. I don't know if y'all can see the white post right there. 2 paddocks in that pasture. So what I'm fixing to do to give them a little bit of extra is all of this that they've ate that they could reach, I'm fixing to cut it all down. This is privet hedge, or privet. And I'm gonna cut it all back to the little creek bed right here. I'm gonna cut it back to there, and I'm gonna cut it all about chest high, because they'll love what I cut down and they'll eat on it for 2 or 3 days. But also everything I cut chest high, it'll sprout branches and it'll be right at their head level so they can eat it as it grows. I don't care if they kill that off. They're just helping me clear the land. As you see, it used to be completely thick all the way to the ground, but they've thinned it out right there. So today I'm gonna get all that cut from back here all the way to the creek bed and just let it drop and let it lay till they eat it all out, and then we'll put it back there with that bunch and burn it here in about a week or so after it dries out. Because that's what that is back there. I cut back to the fence line. Everything about chest high and higher I cut down so they could eat on it. So I'm gonna do that today and see how much we can get done. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get, at least it ran, I'm not gonna hook it up yet, but where the pasture divides right here, I'm taking the poly wire off of it, and I got a roll of this poly tape, a big roll. And so the poly wire I was short on, probably about 20 feet, and I was using just metal wire to kind of connect it. So I'm gonna take the poly wire off of that and just put it on that roll that I got up there in that pasture. That way if I wanna move it, I got a little extra on the roll. And then this poly tape, got plenty of it, so I'm gonna put it on this roll. You see the roll laying in the grass right there. And then I'm gonna use it back here. So I'm gonna get that rolled out and about where I want it, and then I'm gonna get to cutting these trees. Got me a trail cut through there, up through there, about probably 50 feet, and then it's going to cut out and go up through there. But for right now, I'm going to put it back where it was, right here, until they eat all this green stuff right here, because I don't want to cut it off and just let it die. So I'm going to leave it right there for a couple days, let them get most of that brush ate, and then I'll move it to where I want it to be permanently. Right now I'm going to dump this water trough out, move it over there where they can drink out of it, and then run to the house and check the Boston butt I have on the smoker. All right, went and checked the grill. Added a little electric temporary here, right below the barn here. Try to keep the animals off this hill. I'm gonna try to seed it if I can get some rain here this week. I'm gonna try to get some seed on it, keep it from eroding real bad. And then if I can get it going, I'm probably gonna do the hill on the other side there. It's not as bad. Those animals like to be out there grazing and stuff, but the boys like to sit up here at this fence constantly. Probably half the time they're on this hill, half the time they're down there grazing. So I put that temporary fence there to keep them off of it. Now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna cut all of these limbs that I can reach out the side of this road here. And then I'm gonna start about right here and go out the side of there. There's a fence out there. So I'm gonna go to it on each side and try to get some them limbs cut down, get a little more grass established. You can see where I kind of bush hogged with my riding lawnmower right here. Got all them briars down, hopefully get some grass down there. Just trying to get a little more grass around here. Eventually I'm gonna trim this whole hill out. Get all that, everything out there that's not a bigger tree, a hardwood, all that hedge, privet hedge, whatever it is, I'm gonna get all of it out of there. And same thing down here. I may leave a little patch here, but there's a hardwood here, there's a hardwood right there, and then there's a hardwood out there. I'm gonna try to trim out around them so they can kind of thrive a little better. But for the most part, I'm gonna kind of eventually get all this privet hedge out of here, get some grass established in these areas. So I'm gonna sit the camera back, get some time lapse of me cutting down some of these branches. All right, that's one pass with the chainsaw. My next one I'll do with a pole saw I'm gonna borrow from my dad. But I'll let that lay for a couple days, just like the ones at the bottom of the hill down there. And as much as that is, I'd give it maybe 4 days, they'll have it gone. And then this tree right here, I just put a piece of fence around. I'm trying to keep them from eating on the bark and killing it. It's actually, I think it's some kind of hardwood, so I'm gonna keep it, let it get bigger and see what happens. So, like I said, I'm gonna let that lay, then I'll pile it all up right here in this brush pile and burn it. And I'm actually fixing to take the loppers and cut some of these limbs off and throw them over here, just across the fence right here. Let these other animals come eat it, and then I'll throw them in that brush pile. We'll burn all that come October, if not sooner, but there's a burn ban right now, so we'll see just what we can get away with. So we'll cut a few of these, throw them over there, then we're gonna go see what else we can get into today. Got a swarm in the tree. I just shook them once. Most of them hit. About half of them, I guess, probably missed. But they're marching in, so hopefully got the queen. The bad thing is I didn't have no deep frames, so those frames are straight out the freezer. They'll warm up pretty quick, as warm as it is today. So we'll see what we got after a minute. All right, everybody, I'm gonna finish this video up this evening. I've just been adding shelves here and up there and just organizing, getting my boxes just a little at a time, trying to get organized in this stuff. So I got all my deeps and I got shallows, and these are all my mediums. And what I've done on the front of the boxes, I got what I get them. Got 4 frames with foundation, 4 frames with comb, and 1 frame that's starter strip. And then the E is a frame of empty. And then these deeps just say E because there's no frames in them. See? So what I'll do is I'm gonna go, and this one's still sealed from winter time when I put wax moth crystals in it. what I'll do here in the next couple days is go back in about every 6th box. I think it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6th. Maybe it's every 4 or 5. I don't know. I'll go back and look, but I'll put my wax moth crystals in it, keep them out of it. And then I got my inner covers here, lids there, bottom boards here, some package cages. All my feeders are here. These are all empty deep frames, and then deep foundations. And these are some medium frames I just threw up on the shelf. They'll probably go in boxes. And I got my spacer boards here for the oxalic acid. I got some more frames hanging there. But these are the stuff I've still got to go through, decide if I'm keeping the frames, throwing them away. But slowly but surely getting it all organized, so I can get in here and if I need something, just come down here and get it off the pile. I ain't got to worry about digging through it and seeing if it's destroyed or whatever. And eventually I'm going to seal this one up, at least this room. Maybe put a screen door on it that way to keep the moths and stuff out. I ain't got to worry about wax moths in here then. But again, thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, share it. Go follow us on Facebook. Again, y'all have a blessed day. Today is Memorial Day. I'm finishing up this video. I want to thank all the veterans. My dad's a veteran. He served. My grandpa served. My grandpa on my mother's side served. So I just want to thank all the veterans out there for their service and the ones who never made it home. Thank y'all.